everybody? It's your boy, the Versace Stoner, with a very special episode of VSW. We have so much going on. We're introducing the newest part of our show. That's 5 Questions with the Missus. We have her with us. And we're also kicking off our tour, Cruisin for a Bruisin 2. And we've made it once again back to Kansas to see the reigning, defending, Cruisin for a Bruisin world champion, the Rodfather, Rodney Bays.
What's up, America?
Welcome.
How we doing, brother?
Oh, we're doing great. Welcome back. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, man.
Great. You're looking great.
Been doing my thing, brother. Been doing my thing, man.
And we're going to talk about that thing because, you know, when we first brought you on, well, now it's like almost 3 years ago, right? About
yes,
3
sir.
years since, you've been on since then, but Cruisin for a Bruisin was in 2021. So it's been about 3 years on this tour, and you've still been the reigning champion. Granted, I haven't been able to do another one, and this year I'm so excited for it. But what was going on in your wrestling world at that time is very much different than what's going on today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was struggling to make a name for myself. And
unfortunately, that Bays Bash kind of, you got a little sidelined on that. I feel like, you know, you weren't represented the best that you should have been represented in that event.
No, I was totally not represented properly.
You know, especially with all the press that got behind that, right? You had the local papers talking to you. You know, you had even successful merch lines coming out around that time. You know, like I said,
oh my God, dude, the merch sold like hotcakes, man. At IHOP, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean,
you couldn't keep it on the shelf.
I helped, you know, create some of your, you know, the designs and stuff, and they were just flying, right? They were flying every which way. Man, everybody loved the Rodfather. You know, you're not only locally known and liked, you're also now, you know, you've grown. People know you.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. The Cruisin for a Bruisin contest, man, that kicked my popularity in the overdrive, made me known like nationwide, brother.
Yeah, so, I mean, and that's what it was all about, right? I wanted to travel and I wanted to get spotlight on some of the indie wrestlers across the country, and even I went out of the country, went to, you know, up to Canada to talk to some people, and you know, I want to see who could do the best, and you know, and you pushed hard, you know, to win that title. You shared, your friends shared, your family listened, everybody was tuning in. I remember when your segment was live, because you remember I aired the whole thing at once live, and then I broke it up later. When I aired, you know, it live, I gave you guys around your time that you would be on, and like the number of concurrent listeners jumped incredibly. So you know. You brought in a fan base of listeners that, you know, nobody else was doing at the time. And I'm not taking that away from any of the other guys and girls that were on that, because I had, you know, some of the top New England pro wrestlers, and they're still at the top today on that show. But you really did a good job marketing yourself, getting your name out there, pushing yourself, getting people to listen to that interview. And like I said, it just spiraled out of control, you know, in a good way.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I never stop promoting myself. I promote myself 24/7, 365, and like I just eat, breathe, sleep wrestling. It's in my blood. It's my life. That's all I want to do. And now that I'm hooked up with like professional schooling and like really good company, that they believe in the Rodfather. There's not one event that we do where we don't start out the event with this guy right here in the ring for the national anthem. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I'm out there at the beginning of every event.
You know, after that, you know, you kind of went, you know, you took a little hiatus, you know, because I know things, when you get that kind of shit happening, it's just kind of very, it takes away your steam, and sometimes it takes away, you know, of what you want to do. Plus, you were going through some other, you know, personal shit. And you took a little time, but then, you know, you came back strong. You did find this new group, a new promotion out there that were,
Yes.
very well trained wrestlers, not just, some backyard guys, not some other indie, people that are known, people that know what they're doing. And you started working with them, and I could see, you got better in the ring again. You started to, be able to do much better.
Man, man, let's see, not this Saturday, but the Saturday before, I got to referee the whole event, and I jumped in the Royal Rumble. And I did drop a Star Spangled Stunner on a dude named Logan, which I'll get to later on at another show or two. I'm not done with that. And the guys that threw me out of the ring, I'm going to give each one of them guys a Star Spangled Stunner, man.
And that's the thing, you like I said, you weren't represented well at that first event, but now I'm seeing, you opening shows, you have your, you're doing your wrestling, you're getting to be yourself. And the Rodfather is over more so than ever right now. It's really out there.
The sky's the limit, brother. I'm just getting started.
What kept you going through those rough times, though? How did you get past those, the times that you weren't feeling the Rodfather, you weren't feeling it?
It was my faith in God, and then all my Rodfather fanatics, man. All I ever heard every day from somebody was, "When are you going to wrestle again? Man, we can't wait to see you in action again, Rodfather. When are you going to do this again?" And I kept telling them, when the timing's right, I'll be back. And when I get back, I'm going to be badder than ever, man. I'm going to be better than ever. I'm going to be bigger than ever. And that's exactly what I did. I came back bigger, better, badder. Yeah, there's no stopping me now.
No, you're on like a really good roll, and you're on every, the promotion that you're working with, you're on their shows. You're booked regularly.
And the number one thing for me, brother, is still to this very day, there's not one show that I do where I don't hand out free merch to the kids, man. And if I can tell anything to any professional wrestler, man, if you really want to build your fan base, start with them when they're young, because they grow up, and you're going to be their hero the whole time they're growing up, man. It's because I inspire those kids to want to chase their dreams. I still won't stop doing what I'm doing, because I don't care if I ever I make money at it, but if I didn't make a dime at it, it still wouldn't matter to me, as long as I was a positive influence upon the younger youth of today. Any of these kids.
Do you have any kids yourself?
Oh yeah. My kids are all grown. I've got 10 grandkids. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, then that's great. And it honestly, it's true. It's about the children, and that's what wrestling always was. When I grew up, yes, you have these matches, and some of them be bloody and stuff, but the overall age, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was geared towards us kids. People like Hogan was geared towards us kids. Macho Man was geared towards us. Ultimate Warrior was geared towards us. Later on, Bret Hart. These were all geared towards us, so they would become our heroes. Every kid in America at one point wanted to have Bret Hart walk over and put the glasses on him. And it's very important to be that role model. And I thank you.
Oh, heck yeah.
Because some people are in it just for the career, and some people are in it just for the money. Some people are in it for the clout. And then, the rest of them are in it because they really do enjoy the fans and the kids, and they want to make people happy, and they want to let people be entertained and leave satisfied.
That's what I'm saying, man. All I know is I get mobbed at the merch tables. I've got some devoted fans, man. They're there every show, the whole show, and it's all about, when's your spot, Rodfather? I mean, people just want to know. I got people that will drive from all over just to see me get in that ring. They don't care. They're like, "You got a match? Are you reffing?" Nah, it don't matter. I'll do both in one night, because why? I'm that guy. I'm that guy, man.
And that's the thing. You're not afraid to, so-called pay the dues or do any way you have to make the show successful.
Get there. We set up the ring. We do our thing. We tear down the ring. You pay your dues in the business, but when you do the right thing, it pays off. I never stopped. I mean, I had people that did not want me in this business around here, but you know what? All they were was a minor roadblock for me. And you can jump a roadblock.
Yeah, I mean, Kansas is kind of a volatile state for wrestling. There's not a lot but what goes on, but there's a lot of inner beef.
Yeah, I try to avoid drama as much as possible because who the hell likes drama? You know what I mean?
No,
But
nobody. It's not good for
for
business.
all those that said I couldn't, I did it. You know what I mean? I had doubters. They were like, he's too small. Yeah, well, I put on weight. They said he's not buff enough. Well, I buffed up. You know what? Ain't none of those people that talked all that smack, none of them have challenged me to a match. None of them have wanted to get in the ring with me. Why? Because that mouth will write checks them puppy dog asses can't cash. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I feel you. I do feel you 100%. So now let me
I mean,
ask you. You hooked
go
up
ahead.
with these guys. What's the name of the promotion again?
Midwest Elite Wrestling,
Midwestern Elite Wrestling. MEW?
MEW, baby.
MEW. I like the ring of that. This sounds good. MEW. So you got over there. You started training with them. How was that process, training with these guys?
Best wrestling school, best wrestling classes, best wrestling coaches I've ever been around. These guys didn't try to take me for my money. They invited me in. They said, hey, man, you've got all the tools. Let's put them together. And so that's what they did. And I've been nothing but unstoppable and phenomenal ever since.
So they really kind of just honed in and perfected your craft. I mean, it is true. I mean, even before you had your feet in the water when you were doing that show, as far as the physicality, the wrestling part, but everything else, the character, you have better than most people that have been on the scene for years. You know what I mean? Like, you're the Rodfather 24/7, and people know that, and you got that beautiful ring coat there and jacket, and you got the flag, and you put time, effort, and money into your gear, into your character, into your personality, into you. It's like, damn, that's everything there. So yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
with a little bit of that, just training in the wrestling area, I can see you just being the next star out there. Because you have everything else going. You're over. You're already over. You were over before you even wrestled. Before you even got to
Yeah.
the ring, people were buying your merch.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, before I ever stepped foot in a ring, I already had shot to the moon in popularity because people were like, this guy is legit. I mean, when I talk, they listen. Like I'm the must see guy, around here. In MEW, I got people that show up because the Rodfather's here. They love the aspect of the All American Rodfather, and that's what pro wrestling has been missing. Every company needs that one patriotic All American guy.
Yeah,
You just need it,
it's
man.
kind of gone. It's kind in later years. It's kind of gone away from it. Just patriotism in general, love of country, nationalism. It gets watered down. People, because it's not just America anymore. You got a lot of different people of a lot of different nationalities, and I get
Exactly.
that. WWE, they did it for a while. They had, obviously, Hogan was the front face, right? When we were growing up, he was America. And then we would have others like Lex Luger. He came out. He was doing the whole thing too. Kurt Angle represented very well. Today, they don't really do that as much. And some of the other countries, neither do they. You got, coming back a little bit, Cody Rhodes, right? The American Nightmare. He kind of
Yeah.
but he's not waving a flag. He's not doing the whole, Jim Duggan kind of thing. He was
Man,
the one really represented. But you bring that back to that day. You remind me of that retro wrestler that, was from the 80s. You really are in the wrong time period. Because you
Yeah.
belong in those 80s. You could be out there, wrestling the Iron Sheik, representing the country.
I challenge any professional wrestler watching this right here. If you do not like America, hit up Midwest Elite Wrestling in the great state of Kansas. We are located out of Great Bend, Kansas, and I'll be more than happy to lay down a star-spangled stunner on your ass because I'm the All-American, baby, red, white, and blue. You mess with the Rodfather, you end up red, white, and bruised. That's how it goes, baby.
That's beautiful. And you hear that, folks, and he's serious about it. He doesn't just blow smoke up your ass. When he talks, he means what he says. And
The pint-sized delight who's always looking for a fight, brother.
now let me ask you something. When you were thinking about wrestling or wanted to wrestle, what made you want to go into this kind of? What did you just like fall into Rodfather, or was that something that you just had in mind you wanted to take and do? How'd you do all that?
Well, like the first time I talked to you on the last Cruisin for a Bruisin, how I was telling you, man, I grew up influenced by the American Dream, baby. Dusty Rhodes, Macho Man Randy Savage. Just those guys stuck out to me. You know what I mean? And so when I went to pursue wrestling, because I would grapple all the time as a kid. I would yank another kid off a swing set and put him in a headlock, fling him down. You know what I mean? Like I didn't take no crap growing up.
6-year-old, I know all about it, and I was one myself. I used to do some of
things.
Everybody got a sharpshooter that I knew.
Oh yeah. But it's like when I was sitting trying to figure out my wrestling persona, I had so many people growing up. They were always like, "Hey, it's the Rodfather, the Rodfather, the Rodfather." Why? Because like I was always that kid that was hustling growing up. Now I guess it was kind of like the Godfather of Hot Wheels and the Godfather at GI Joes or something. Because I would always hustle toys. I'd flip them and get twice as many toys. So I was always had some kind of hustle, and I always thought that Rodfather name, that's perfect name for wrestling. Not to be ripping off the Godfather, because he's a hell of a wrestler, but no, there's only one Rodfather, baby.
He was a hell of a wrestler, and you were a hell of a hustler, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's great, though. I always like this, hearing that, because, like I said, there's not a lot of people that's out there that are willing to commit to that either. Granted, you live in a part of the world that I think has, some patriotism left. People do still, will stand for the Star-Spangled Banner. And we do here, too. I'm not saying that, we're just a bunch of American haters, but you don't see it as often. It doesn't always get done at every show. These things, it depends on the promoter. It depends on the person. It depends on who's running it. That you see all the pageantry. It's not like when we grew up, every day pledging allegiance to the flag and every day in class and all of that. That's far gone those days. So like I said, it's kind of a throwback character, but it works for you. Not everybody could pull that off, I don't think. You make it work. You bring me back to, Randy Savage and, Dusty Rhodes and all these guys, because you have that charisma, you have that attitude. And,
Heck yeah, man.
You know how to speak.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can hand me a microphone, and I'm gonna make you patriotic by the time you get up out of your seat and leave that event.
Now, is that something you were always good at, speaking, like cutting promos, just talking even before wrestling? Like that's something you always did?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been practicing promos in the mirror since I was a little kid. So
something you always dreamed, inspired, and wanted to do, and all this practice and stuff, it really got you to where you needed to be. And now, after MEW, they put all the pieces together. You're a mean, lean fighting machine.
Yeah, I'm the 150 beefcake that gives a lady's heartache, baby.
I love it. But sometimes I want to talk about quickly before we talk about a little bit about your MEW stuff, and then I guess we have 5 questions with the misses as well. When you were taking a little break from wrestling, I saw you putting out some music and doing some musical stuff. Tell me about that.
I was trying to put together a country band there for a while, like country blues band, and it was going pretty well, except for around this area. People want to play, I mean, it's mainly like heavy metal or rap, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was trying to do that southern rock type country type vibe, which is big and popular everywhere, except for around here, nobody plays that. So I gave it a couple of years, and was like, nope. Started just focusing 100% on my wrestling career again. I never gave up on wrestling. I just
playing some heavy metal, freaking Americana music, and just ripping the apart too. Bring the wrestling to the music world, man.
Yeah. But I had a band.
I always like to see people that can do different things, and your music was good. I enjoyed it, and I'm not even typically a fan of that. I like hip hop, rap, and I like the metal. I don't
Yeah.
listen to a lot of country and blues and that, but I appreciated it and I enjoyed, the rhythm, the beat, and
Yeah.
it sounded good.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Because I've been playing drums since I was like 6 years old, so pretty good, you know.
That's awesome. That's one thing I always find about pro wrestlers, that they're very creative. They always usually can do like a second talent, like whether it be music or art or something. They're very talented people, and I think when they, that draws them into the wrestling world, because a lot of wrestling is with creativity. You got to be a good character. You got to know how to evolve it and get people to want to be around you and get people to want to buy your stuff.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just happen overnight.
But yeah, I do all kinds of things to stay busy. You know what I mean? Because you keep your mind busy, you keep your mind strong. You know what I mean? And in this business,
sometimes well, a restless mind, or can get you into trouble or get you steered down the wrong direction. So it is good to keep busy and keep focused.
Oh yeah.
And, not let your mind wander off into a dark alley. But I've seen you booked on shows. You've been with people like Cluck the Clown. I mean, how's working with him? He looks like a wild character.
Dude, that is my big bro in Kansas wrestling. That guy, man, he made sure that the Rodfather stays relevant around here. I mean, yeah, I run with him and his group. We're called Sin, which is strength in numbers. And we got some pretty wicked members, man.
You guys got your own stable. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The gang.
That's definitely for sure. We are the NWO of Kansas professional wrestling.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, and I'm really happy for you because, like I said, the first Cruisin for Bruisin, you were getting all geared up and ready, but it just did not turn out the way it was supposed to turn out. And I'm not going to throw shade to the people because I don't do that. I don't bring up a lot of negativity.
Yeah.
So you know that. But we know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Promotion, the people that were involved in that show. And it was just a shit show, and it was a way to screw you over. And I hated that. I hated seeing it from afar and not being able to do nothing about it and being like, this is bullshit. But
yeah,
like you said, you didn't let it stop the heart. Now you're bigger, badder than ever. You got a stable. You're doing MEW all the time. I mean, what do they run? How often do they run down there?
We're running shows once a month. And we bring in stars from Colorado, Texas, Nebraska. We bring stars from everywhere. We just don't employ our local talent. We outsource as well. We try to spread the wealth.
I have to say, you're gonna have to give a call someday to some of the New England boys. We got one of the richest talent pools out this way. I know we're a little expensive, but we got some of the best wrestlers out this way.
Yeah, you do, man, and we'll be more than happy to have you guys are more than welcome anytime at MEW.
And how long has MEW been running? Are they a newer company, older company?
They started years back, and the original owner has passed on, and so kind of to put it this way, the same company that ruined my Bays Bash and tried to bury my character tried to do that with some other people around here, and we all got together and we all agreed that we'll bring this company back from where it was. We're going to be the biggest, the baddest, and the best company in the state of Kansas, and that's our goal. So
basically, it's a company.
We took on all the misfits.
By wrestlers for wrestlers, really, and
exactly. We are MEW. Our roster is MEW. Like our wrestlers are our company because we can't do it without each other.
No, and that's true. One star or one wrestler can't make a show. You need that whole roster behind it. You need everybody working 110%. You need everybody working together. You can't let egos fly. Everything's got to be, coherent and cohesive. And that's how you get through a very good show. It really is. And I'm glad to see that. I really am, because like I said, you've been out there really pushing yourself, really trying. You're always training. You're always doing things to better yourself, better your career, better your wrestling, better your character. Trying new, ideas with gear, changing the way things are happening. I see you
I
lost some
evolved.
gear.
I never changed my character, but I evolved the Rodfather as time goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you don't even have the long beard anymore.
No.
But
Get
but I
that
mean,
thing.
but that's good in the summer. I tell you, I don't know how
Yeah.
you do the heat, man.
Plus, I realized I was giving all my opponents an advantage with that big old long beard. I was just giving them something to grab me by and throw me around with.
Very
So,
true. Now they have to get really extra close to you.
so I got smarter. No, no, no. That beard had to go.
That's great. That's great. But yeah, you're really killing the scene out there. And again, still the reigning, defending, cruising for a Bruisin champion. Now, what did that mean to you when you won that? That podcast tournament. Like, did you know? I mean, obviously, you came into it. You were paired up with a bunch of different people from all over the place. I don't know if you knew them or not. Some of them were very high-end, talented names.
I went against 13. It was 13 other guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went against 13 of the best professional independent wrestlers from coast to coast, from Kansas to Canada. And I won. That was the highlight of my wrestling career. That was my number one highlight in my wrestling career, brother.
And like I said, you grew the steam. People were listening to you. People were checking in. People were asking questions. People wanted to know more. Where can I see this guy? When I started doing designs, I seen them flying. I started making different designs. They start flying, and it wasn't just people buying t-shirts. People were buying like onesies for their children, bibs. Like they were getting your logos and designs on anything that spreadshirt would allow. So
Dude,
like they were buying everything, Rodney.
Dude, there were babies' onesies, backpacks, water bottles, coolers, nightgowns, hoodies, t-shirts. I mean, you name it. I was on it.
Had that company actually paid good commissions and more than $1 or $2 per sale, we would have been rich.
Oh God, dude. We'd have started our own promotion.
We would have. I mean, like I said, literally every day the merch was flying and people were looking around going, what the hell's going on here? And I just see these numbers going. I'm like, kid's on fire right now. He's on fire.
Man, still to this very day, brother, I've got bandanas. I've got t-shirts. I've got stickers. Like you name it, I'm still making merch like left and right.
Oh yeah,
and the thing is,
I mean, even your new designs, and they're on fire. They're awesome.
I'm literally, I can't keep anything in stock. It sells as fast as I make it.
And that's just great. I love seeing that because it's a great way to get your name out there, get your image out there. It's also good extra money, but third, it just goes to show people love the Rodfather. They just love him. They love the character.
Because I'm American, baby. Red, white, and blue. That's what they love about me, man. Ain't nothing fake. It's all real. All the Rodfather is, brother Versace, is me. I turn that volume button up from a 1 to a 10. That's all the Rodfather is the real me turned up another 9 notches, man.
And that's what people say, in the industry, that a good professional wrestler, or a good, someone that's successful, their gimmick is an extension of themselves, and they just take it and they make it, that larger than life character. They do that, and I do the same even in podcasting. I'm not much different. That you're talking to me now, that you're going to talk to me at a show, that you're going to talk to me at my house. For the most part, I'm the same. Sometimes I turn it up, like you said, you just dial in and you turn it up. Turn up.
Hell yeah.
But that's what makes things easy too. You don't have to go and reach deep in and try to find someone to be someone that's not natural. And then when you have to do that, then it becomes scripted and it gets into a whole lot of
exactly.
It makes things not fun. And at the end of the day, if none of this is fun, whether it be me podcasting or you wrestling, if you're not having fun, you shouldn't even be doing it. You know what I'm saying? It should be a passion. It should be something enjoyable.
Exactly. I enjoy every minute of what I do. And I'm going to do this until my legs give out, my back gives out, or I'm just either that or I just pass away in the ring, man. Like, I'm not going to stop. I am there for the fans, and I mean that when I tell the fans that. I mean, I love this business, man. It's in my blood. It gets me hyped up just thinking about it. Man, yeah. Plus, the company I'm with, we got another event coming up September 14th.
Do you?
And I'm hyped. 'Cause I'm kind of wondering, who all am I going to take out this time? Probably quite a few people. I got a whole backup supply of Star Spangled Stunners to drop on these guys.
Unlimited supply, but unlimited supply. So this is the new part of the show segment. This is going to be the part 5 with the missus. So I bring on my wife. She's going to come on right now. She's going to ask you 5 questions. I have no idea what these questions are, by the way. I have no idea about any of this, but she's going to go ahead. She's going to say,
"Oh, this ought to be good."
It's going to be fun. I've never done this, but she came up with it, and I have to say I like the idea. This sounds like something that would be cool. So let's
do this, brother.
Thank you for being my first guest.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Alrighty, first off, I want to start by saying happy early birthday.
I appreciate that. That's awesome.
And I was wondering, what is your favorite kind of birthday cake or sweet treat?
I love German chocolate cake.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay.
That's my all-time favorite.
Are you going to have it for your birthday?
Hopefully.
Yes, hopefully is right.
Yes.
My next question is, if I were to spend 24 hours in Kansas, what would we be doing?
I would take you to our school, and I would introduce you to everybody in our company. And then we would take you out and show you the greatest night possible around here with great food, great entertainment, because that's what good friends do for other friends. So, yeah, we would treat you very well as our special guest.
And what kind of food would we be eating?
It would depend. What kind of food you would like, that's what we would eat.
My next question is, looking back on your life, what would you tell your younger self now?
Probably not to eat junk food. Because when I was younger, that's what all I lived on was junk food. I tried to drink soda pop and eat candy all the time. And, I'm not saying that I would have been a lot taller and a lot bigger and all that, but kind of wonder sometimes if I wouldn't have ate all that junk food as a kid, how I would have turned out a little different. Maybe.
My next question is, with school starting and have already started in some parts of the country, was there a specific teacher or a certain memory that stands out in your mind?
Yeah, I had an art teacher named Mrs. F, and she always encouraged me, like with my artwork, and that's what's helped me with a lot of the Rodfather things. I can critique myself because of the way that I was taught in her art class. So yeah, I could say that lady was very influential on me.
And what age were you when you were in her art class?
I was like sixth grade.
That's awesome. That's so great. And my last and final question is, what is your favorite show that you like to watch?
I love Workaholics, American Dad, and I love AEW Wrestling. People dog that company and bash their shows. I love it. It reminds me so much of WCW.
We are definitely big fans of AEW too.
I love it.
Are you excited? Now I want to ask a question.
No.
Okay, fine.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you were my first guest.
Thank you so much. It has been an honor.
I'll give you your one question this one time.
Well, now I'm going to come back and take the spotlight, so now I'll just ask the rest of the questions. But thank you, everybody, for checking that out. That is the 5 with the missus. And this will be part of the regular VSW podcast show and Cruisin for Bruisin. So be prepared to answer almost anything, because honestly, I have no idea what she's going to ask. But as you know, we like to have fun here. at the VSW and do things different, change things up, see what works, see what doesn't. And I love that. She's going to ask questions that I will have no, they wouldn't even come to my mind. Like, I wouldn't even ask you probably what your favorite dessert was. Unless you were like, we were going out or something. I wouldn't even think of these things.
That's why I decided to do this, because a lot of times I'll be listening to his interviews and I'm like, well, why didn't you follow up with that? You should have asked them this or that. And he doesn't. So that's why I have to come on and get the answers to questions that maybe other people want to know.
That's good. That's good. I liked it. I thought it was a very exciting segment.
But I will say, I was a little disappointed when you said your favorite show was not the VSW podcast.
That's my favorite podcast.
We do more than just podcast. Podcast is something you listen to on the ride home. It's a show. You got to watch this on TV, right? Nice YouTube, high definition, 4K, whatever you got. It'll look beautiful.
Hey, brother, I'm a VSW podcast guy for life, man.
Oh, I know. I'm just playing with you there.
Yeah, I'm just giving you a little static,
I
man.
was glad to hear that you are an AEW fan, because I do believe a lot of folks don't give it. They're very hard on it. Fans are horrible towards the company. And it's a very nice company. It almost, the original basis of it reminds me of what you guys are doing out in MEW. Wrestlers for wrestlers. That's what
exactly,
AEW,
brother.
How it started. Before Tony Khan got involved, they did All In, and that was just wrestlers throwing money together that had a name for themselves, that were getting dogged at other companies or didn't want to be contracted.
Exactly. Yeah, we're the same, brother. Now that you point that out, you're 100% right.
And I guess you're getting ready for All Out. That should be a good one, right?
Oh man, I'm excited, bro.
Who do you like over there? Who's some of your favorite AEW guys right now?
I like MJF. I like Darby Allin. I really love FTR. I think they're one of the best tag teams out there.
Really are. I have to say, WWE kind of dropped the ball with them, because they could have been, a really solid tag team.
I mean, I'm a little frustrated with AEW every once in a while, like with Wardlow, because dude, I don't know what they're doing with that guy, but at one time they had a hell of a beast on their hands, man.
Well, I feel the same way about Brian Cage. They kind of dropped the ball with him multiple times.
The Wolverine. Man.
But I mean, he's one of the best wrestlers. He should have already had a title around his waist years ago.
Oh, yeah.
But MJF, he just speaks for himself, and we've been blessed, he was up in this area. He was Limitless World Champion up in Maine, which isn't too far from here. He got his humble beginnings out here. And then, because he's from Creative Pro Wrestling. And then he got to AEW and just took off, and more than he was. And it's great to see that. It really is. Especially, because that's what's different about the scene today. The guys and girls you're working with, some of them are going to, get to the next level very fast.
And dude, I hope so, man. I hope so. I hope some of the people that I'm working with, I hope that they make it, dude. Like, I really do. Actually, everybody I work with, man, I can tell you about some of these guys I'm in the ring with and stuff. And some of these dudes, I'm telling you, I believe that they are like top tier, next level guys, man.
Now, is there anybody that you have any real bad feuds with or any bad blood with right now in MEW?
In MEW, yeah, the commissioner, Angel Ortega, which I call him the cockroach. Yeah, he don't like the Rodfather, and I don't like him either.
Why does he like the Rodfather?
I don't know. I guess I don't know. I piss him off just by looking at him. I don't know.
Does he not like? Does he not? Let me ask you. Does he not like America?
Well, he's got his own empire of guys, man. And being the commissioner, to me, he's kind of like our Don Callis. You could say a real ass, right?
Yeah, just kind of like that. And you got your own people, and he probably sees you as a threat. Because honestly, what you got going on.
Well, just like the president of the company made me honorary special guest referee a couple months back for an event. Well, as I'm getting ready to ref this match, here comes Angel Ortega with his microphone, wanting to talk some smack, start some beef. And me, I'm professional. hey, as long as I'm wearing this ref gear, you're pretty safe talking smack. I'm going to be clean. You're pretty safe talking smack. But like I told him, don't confuse my kindness for like a weakness, because this ref shirt can come off and I'll whip your ass. You know, that's just how it is. Being the Rodfather, I'm prepared to do battle 24/7, 365. I don't care.
And see, that's the thing. You know, you got this throwback, you know, character from, like I said, like Macho Man kind of era, right? But then you know, part of you just screams stone cold. You don't give two shits, man. If you got to start single stun somebody, it's happening right then and there. Doesn't matter if they're the commission. Doesn't matter who it is. Like
and you're right about.
If you're ready to fight, you're ready to fight. Someone's getting their ass whooped.
You're right about that. I'll put that whole locker room in MEW on notice. I'll Star Spangled Stun everybody in that son bitch.
You know, and I love that attitude, because some of that's kind of gone too in wrestling. You know, everybody want to be nice, and I get that. It makes a nice, clean locker room, but you need a badass, right?
You're right.
And you're that person. You're that badass.
Yeah, except for an MEW, you don't hear that glass shatter. What you hear is a Star Spangled Stunner. You hear my music, man. The Star Spangled Banner starts playing. Then you know an ass whipping's about to hit that ring. Because that's just how I get down. I have no filter when it comes to getting in that ring. I'll fight the biggest guy on the roster, which is a guy named David Payne. And he's a monster. But even he knows, don't mess with that little patriotic guy, because I'll light your ass up like the 4th of July. I'm not in the mood. I can get down and get rude. Because, baby, I'm the pint-sized delight with a big attitude.
Woo! I mean, like I said, you're aware of words. Don't, you know, you like I said, like, you have a great way with words. Not a lot of wrestlers, you know, there's some that do that, but not a lot can.
That's just how it is, man. Anybody in professional wrestling that ever wants to, like, come get it on with the Rodfather, we can do it. I mean, people all the time want to doubt me and to run that lip till I break up that steel chair, give them that Spangled Stunner, and they get their wig split. But it is what it is, man. I'm the same guy that'll beat my opponent half to death, then pick them up, raise their hand, tell them great job, do it again next month. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
That's how we get down.
You win some, you lose some, but you know, you live to fight another day.
I live to fight every day, brother. Every day.
You know, that's great, though. I love it. Where can like, let me say something. Can we see these like MEW shows? How do people up here watch that? Can we?
Okay.
YouTube.
If you go to Midwest Elite Wrestling on Facebook, on the days of and start following us on the days of our events, we post it live. You can watch our events live on Facebook. And believe it or not, we check the statistics, and like during our events, I mean, we've got thousands of views live during our events from Mexico City, brother. Wow. They love me in Mexico City, brother. I'm loved everywhere. But man, we get thousands upon thousands of views during our live shows.
That's awesome. And, you know, congratulations again on just, you know, doing something positive and successful.
Because we know that people can't always make it to the shows, so we give you the show for free.
Well, yeah, I don't think I could get down there to Kansas once a month. That'd be kind of tough, especially with all the shows and just everything going on, and having a 6-year-old and, you know, running around.
But brother,
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't want to if I could, but
it's
nice to know I can watch from afar and be like, yo, there's the Rodfather, man. Gotta love it. Gotta love him. There's my boy. You know.
Brother, I would love for you and all the Pennsylvania Rodfather fanatics and all the people in Connecticut and up in your area. I want all you guys to tune in and watch me in action on September 14th, baby, live from Great Bend, Kansas. I'll be in the ring.
Is that going to be the next show?
That's going to be the next show. It is called Warzone.
I'll get like a watch party going for that and get a bunch of people.
Heck yeah.
You know, we can watch it, you know, via Facebook and talk about it, because we've never seen this. You know, we didn't get to watch some of these events some of the days you told me, but I forget, or I'm just, I'm out. And if I'm out and about, I can't use my phone or whatever. I can't sit and watch a show. But if I make time for it, I definitely can.
Heck yeah, brother.
I look forward to that, because I do want to see, I've seen the clips, obviously, and I've gone back and seen shit you've done. But let me ask you this question. Now, this question is very familiar to you.
Okay.
Why should you be the 2024 Cruisin for a Bruisin champion?
Because, brother, ain't a damn thing changed. I'm still rocking and rolling and making sure all the pretty women's hearts are stolen. I'm the Rodfather, baby. I shouldn't have to explain anything to anybody because this world knows when it comes to being the pint-sized delight who always looking for a fight, who's ready to entertain you every month at every show, no matter what. I'm that guy. I still make sure all the kids get free merch. I make sure nobody leaves a show without feeling like they went to see the WWE. Because, brother, the only difference between us and them is they might have more lights, but we got better fights. That's all I'm going to say, brother. That's all I'm going to say, man.
That's great, and all the best of luck to you this year with this.
We need to wish the best of luck to everybody else in the contest because you're up against the reigning, defending, Cruisin for a Bruisin champion, baby. You got to bring your A game. You're going to take my title.
And you know what? It's going to be interesting here because it's going to be all different people. I can't bring everybody back. Some people have moved on. Some people have gone here. Some people are there. Some people are busy. So it's going to be a whole new crowd. But I knew there was one person that had to be the one constant, and that's going to be you, the Rodfather, Rodney Bays, because you are the champion. You did win.
Damn right.
And it's going to be a lot of fun this year again because I like road trips. I like wrestling. You throw the two together, and this is what you get.
In all honesty,
everybody find you on social media. How can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook under Rodney Bays, aka the Rodfather. The reason I don't have two separate accounts, I don't, because like I said before, there's nothing different. I mean, Rodney Bays, that is the Rodfather. I am the Rodfather. I just turn it up 10 notches. Yep. So I don't need two separate accounts. I'm not two separate people. I'm that guy. 24/7, 365. And yeah, I post a lot of crazy things on my Facebook. It's 90% wrestling. The rest of it is about how people should treat animals right. Because I am a firm believer. I raise boxer pit bulls. And pit bulls are not brutal. They are just as tender as you make them out to be. I raise my dogs right. My dogs might lick you to death, but they would never chew you up. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know it.
And guess what?
In the photos I've seen you, because like I said, I mean, we've been friends now for quite a while since that 21 time when I first met you, and I've seen all the photos and videos, and it's just great. You're a great person. And thanks again for taking the time. Coming onto the podcast, coming back on for Cruisin for a Bruisin.
Anytime, Versace. Anytime, brother.
And we'll be in contact, seeing what's going on, future shows, talk about that. And like I said, let's get MEW on the map, right? Let's make it something.
Yep. Like I said, man, I'd be more than happy to have any of the wrestlers in your area ever want to come and do an MEW show. Hit up the Rodfather, hit up Versace. We'll get you in contact with my guys. We'll get you set up, baby. We got it going on, man.
There we go. Well,
and I want to wish every single one of the people in this contest, I wish you the best of luck.
Well, there you have it, folks. There you have it. What a class act. Thank you very much, Rodfather, for coming on.
Thank you, brother. God bless.
Everybody at home. I really do. Thank you for watching. And you know what to do, everybody. Support indie wrestling. I said we go get some dinner. I can see it up the road. We're going to stop, eat some food, and we'll keep on trekking for Cruisin for a Bruisin. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Versace Stoner out.